Karoline Leavitt is not loving her job. I know she seems like she enjoys it. She loves going out there every day and screaming at people. But screaming at people is actually not what her job is about. Her job is to answer the questions of reporters. I mean, that's literally your job. Answer questions from reporters. And Karoline Leavitt really seems to despise answering questions from reporters. So this week, you had a reporter from News Nation, Niall Stanage, who asked this question. Earlier, you were just defending ICE agents generally, and earlier on, Secretary Noem spoke to the media, and she said, among other things, that they are doing everything correctly. 32 people died in ICE custody last year, 170 U.S. citizens detained by ICE, and Renee Good was shot in the head and killed by an ICE agent. How does that equate to them doing everything correctly? Fair question, right? She says they're doing everything correctly. Here's everything they've clearly not done correctly. What say you, Karoline Leavitt? And Leavitt responded by saying, why was Renee Good unfortunately and tragically killed? And the reporter goes, Are you asking me my opinion? Because an ICE agent acted recklessly and killed her unjustifiably. And she goes, okay, so you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion. And the reporter says, you asked me my opinion. What do you want me to do? And then Leavitt says, yeah, because you're a left-wing hack, you're not a reporter, you're posing in this room as a journalist, and it's so clear by the premise of your question. Oh, and you and the people in the media who have such biases but fake like you're a journalist, you shouldn't even be sitting in that seat, but you're pretending that you're a journalist, but you're a left-wing activist. And the question that you raised in your answer proves your bias. You should be reporting on the facts. You should be reporting on the cases. Do you have the numbers of how many American citizens were killed at the hands of illegal aliens who ICE has tried to remove from this country? I bet you don't. I bet you didn't even read up on those stories. That's not normal. That's not something that a sane, normal person does. Like, hey, it's your job to answer my question, so I'm going to do my job and ask you a question. What do you say, Karoline? Fuck you, you fucking asshole! Get the hell out of here! Okay, that's one way to respond. Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't even know how somebody just goes from like, okay, next question, how are you? And then, I hope your whole family drops dead and you get in a car accident on your way home, you lying sack of shit. That's psychotic, is what that is, Karoline. Now look, I'm going to give her a break, okay? I'm going to say that maybe, it's the pregnancy hormones, right? I mean, that can cause wild mood swings. Okay, so yeah, that could explain that to a degree. The hormonal imbalances, the hormonal overloads and surges. She could be exceptionally uncomfortable, could be painful. So she's acting out, right? Because it's not like she's ever done that before she got pregnant, right? No, she has repeatedly, so we can't even use that as an excuse. This is who she is as a person. An angry, bitter, in my opinion, psychotic individual that is just filled with hate. She's not well psychologically, neurologically. Something is wrong with her. And I know a lot of the focus is on Donald Trump's decaying physical and mental health, but we need to look at the mental health of these other people. I talked about Trisha McLaughlin yesterday. She's a horrible, vile piece of shit. She's got something wrong with her, I firmly believe. I firmly believe there are absolute, psychological problems with Karoline Leavitt. Because when you read these responses, and I know I try to make them kind of funny, but still, that may be doing you a disservice because these are not normal responses. These are not normal reactions for somebody doing their job to you doing your job. They are indicative of deeper problems that these people need to have analyzed, diagnosed, and then worked out on a treatment plan. That is what needs to happen with people like Karoline Leavitt. That wasn't even the only quote I was going to read from Karoline Leavitt. Like, we just got on a different thing there. In fact, I kind of want to do this because I'm not moving on yet. I'm gonna read this other quote from Karoline Leavitt here because this actually came in an interview. There was an interview published with Karoline Leavitt this week by Politico, and Politico was asking her about this, MAHA, the Make America Healthy Again. We're bringing back whole milk, and all that nonsense. And they asked her, like, hey, they're doing this, which is good, sure. But Donald Trump also eats like a 4-year-old, and he's a big fat sack of crap. That's not how they worded it. I'm just paraphrasing a little bit. But they're like, yeah, the guy is deeply unhealthy out there lecturing other people on how to eat healthy when he eats fast food like 8,000 times a day. So Karoline Leavitt had this to say about it. The president has his own personal habits, but he understands the movement and the power behind all of these moms who have united in pushing for a real public health change, and he fully supports it and gets it. He's also a huge believer in choice for parents, in parental decision-making, whether it comes to education or health. He knows that parents are the best people who are best suited to make decisions for their kids, and he fully empowers that mentality. I wanted to read that just because it's so dumb. It's so many words to literally say nothing. He wants parents to be able to choose what they feed their children. When have they not been allowed to choose that? Like, when has a parent in the United States of America not had the choice about what foods they can purchase to serve to their children? Like, the only thing that would ever hinder that choice is, of course, finances, right? You can only choose between the things, obviously, that you can afford, but you can nobody ever said children are not allowed to have whole milk anymore, ever. School, home, doesn't matter, you can't do it. That never happened. They never said you can't feed your kid Cocoa Puffs in the morning. That never happened. And she's out here framing this as an issue of personal choice, as if we didn't already have that. She's trying to say that Donald Trump has now given us something that we have always had since the inception of the United States. That's how deranged and deluded she is, and that's how much of a fucking liar she is. It drives me crazy, even when you have these like little statements that seemingly don't mean anything, that don't do anything. It shows you the depth of depravity that these people have in lying to the American public to convince them that Donald J. Trump is somehow actually Jesus H. Christ. His middle initial was not actually H. I just said it because I said Donald J. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.